I told y'all I knew about this back in the early '90s. That's why I stepped away from the hip hop scene because
Why you ain't tell nobody though?
yeah, I've been telling people for years.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
really, he
You ain't
really
try to
did.
say to nobody. You was a bum.
Huh? You say what?
What?
Why you ain't try to save the rest of the young brothers that's getting into the game?
Man, I've been telling. Man, I've been talking about this, like I said, since about '94.
And now you talking about niggas trying to buy pussy across the and they ain't
Well,
telling
well,
that game either.
brother, wait your turn, brother.
Wait.
We will let you get your piece in, bro. Let him say his piece. Go ahead, Roy.
Right. No, man, I've been talking about that for years. And I even had some Facebook posts about it a couple of years ago about all this stuff that's going down now that we're finding out. And Diddy ain't the only one, which I've been saying for a long time, and that it's going to be interesting. Who else is going to get wrapped up into this? The thing about this, they just denied Diddy bail. And the reason they did that, when you're dealing with the feds, they're trying to keep you from talking. When they do that, because the only person you can really talk to is your attorney at that point. So they're trying, and this happened close to the election. They're trying to keep him quiet. Who they're trying to keep him quiet about, we don't know yet. But like we know about TD Jakes going to them parties.
What would he say anyway?
What? What?
If he wasn't, I mean, if he could talk, what would he say? He ain't doing shit for us.
He gonna start naming names.
I mean, so
He
what
gonna
that do
start
for
naming.
us? He
He
gonna
gonna
say
start
I
naming.
sold out. He gonna say I became a punk for white people. So what's your point?
Yeah, but brother, I'm
It
confused.
depends on who those white people
Hold on,
are.
Roy. So let me, so brother, let me. I'm gonna let you jump up front of the line because it's like I'm trying to figure out. So what are you trying to discuss, brother? Because I'm confused. Because
I'm
you're
trying to figure
reporting.
out.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Like this older head, right? Sitting there smoking a cigar and everything. Like you young niggas should have known what's going on and all that, right? I'm trying to figure out if Puppy was out right now, what would he say to us? He
What
ain't
would
did
Puff
nothing
say
this
to us?
whole time. Yeah,
What would Puffy? What would Puff say to us?
yeah. He said, "Most me they're trying to silence Puffy." Ain't that what you said?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's saying
What
from
would he
a
say?
legal, brother. He's talking about from a legal aspect. He's not saying speaking to the public or no shit like that. He's
Okay, so
saying
he would rat out white people. I get you.
no, it's not white people, brother. It wouldn't be white people. That's on. So
He
dude,
gonna he
that's what
gonna he gonna rat out black people.
no, he would rat out
No,
anybody he had to. Go ahead.
he's gonna
Go
rat
ahead.
well,
out whoever.
I think he's talking to the aspect of trying to corroborate a story.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what he's trying to. That's what he's trying to say is that he doesn't want to get anybody. He don't.
I'm
They don't
saying,
want
how
to
is he a benefit? How is he been a benefit? And so what if he rat? So what if he
benefit.
can't talk?
That's
So
not
nobody.
him being out or in jail is not going to stop him from telling on people. That's not what he's
What's he
saying.
gonna do for? What's he gonna do for us though? He's a fag. So what?
Well, first off, brother, you can't don't use that word because they'll flag
My
you for
bad,
it.
Yeah,
G.
that'll
My
kill the
bad.
string.
My bad. My
But
bad.
but
My bad.
you could. But secondly, again, I don't think it's about that, brother. It's not about Diddy doing anything for us. We're discussing the aspect of the things that he's did over the years. The people that fucking knew about it and let it go on and participated anyway. A lot of them being men that what I'm saying, where
Exactly.
we don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know those names and those different things.
But you know, I heard these old niggas trying to defend him though.
Oh,
Like
I'm
if he
not
Nobody's
trying to
could do
defending
defend
him.
something,
him.
what would he do?
Yeah, you.
I'm
But
not
no,
trying to defend
you're
him.
What
definitely.
he
I said,
Yeah.
what he could do if he got out is intimidate a witness,
So
change
what? He
witness.
trying to save himself. What's your point?
That's the point of them not letting them out.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
so
That's
this
the
this
point of them
discussion
denying
is
bail.
about celebrity. This is celebrity channel. I got you.
No. So, brother, it's not
what
about It's not. It's not a celebrity channel, brother. Again, like I said, no, we're talking about the topic of again Diddy not being the only one, and this is being the standard for Hollywood famous, high-ranking people. They did the same shit with
Okay,
fucking.
bet.
Hold on,
I
brother.
got
Wait.
you.
Hold on. They did the same thing with Bill Cosby. They did the same thing with R. Kelly. They did the same with Harvey Weinstein. They did the same thing with to the point Kevin Spacey, right? I don't know if you know who that is, the dude that played in.
Yeah, I know. It's a white boy.
Cool. So that's what we're talking. So what? So it's part the conspiracy aspect of it and the ritual fucking punishment or whatever you want to call it, la la la. But then the other part of it too is like brothers talking about this part from what the brother that was previously speaking before Royce, how this could trickle down to the regular everyday man. A regular everyday man shouldn't have to worry about the fact of the matter that, hey, if I fly a chick out from another state, you know what I'm saying, fly her in to get some pussy, now I got to worry about a possible fucking sex trafficking charge. That's what we're talking about.
I don't.
Yeah,
that's why I came up because I don't think that.
You should get some homegrown scratch, nigga. I mean, it's dangerous nowadays.
Yeah, but that's not it. It's the intimidating factor of a celebrity flying somebody out and what they do after they fly that person out. You know, usually
Wait,
what a man.
Wait. Let me ask you this question: they fly in immigrants, don't they?
Yeah, but brother. First off, brother. I gave you what's the name, so just mute up for me, brother. We got to give other brothers a chance to speak, brother.
I got you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Diesel.
So the problem is that when somebody flies them out and what they do afterwards, right? So you fly a chick out, she doesn't want to do what you want to do. Usually us regular people as men, we say, all right, well, get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't dealing with you or whatever. But what celebrities do is they try to force them to stay where they're at. They don't give them a way out. They try to intimidate them into doing what they want them to do, right? So I think that's what the difference is when it comes to the elements of sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying?
Not only
you believe that though? Whoa, you believe that? They be down with the cause.
Well,
you don't think so, huh?
It's not the fact of me not thinking so. It's the fact of the matter. I'm talking about the elements alone. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying Puffy had Cassie and all of them. They was down with the cause.
Yeah, we understand that.
All right.
To add to the call,
so they both should be in jail, right? You agree with that?
Well, they both should. If you go by the letter of the law, yes. But if you see what's going on nowadays, they're going after what they consider the Johns, the tricks, and stuff, and they're foregoing prosecution of the pros. We see this in a lot of the commercialized sex arrests. They'll arrest the Johns, they'll arrest the pimps and stuff, but they won't arrest the pros. They'll treat her as a victim.
This goes back to like fantastic.
Yo, what up,
this goes
KP?
back to like Heidi Fleiss type situation in the mid 90s. You know, common sense is easy to figure this out. If you're a person of any type of celebrity or especially like political power, but your weakness is your Johnson, and you get caught up like the governor of New York a couple years ago. He was the most, he was the AG for the state and, had aspirations of becoming governor and all that. But his Johnson got him found out, and then bam, he's no longer a political power. So
shit, Bill Clinton made it.
Same thing. Well, I'm saying he's an exception. You look at Hollywood, this has been going on, like Fantastic said earlier, 60, 70, 80 years at the beginning of Hollywood, where it's simple. The big movie execs, they'll get the folks, on a casting couch, whatever, or get them in a compromised position, have that jank recorded and say, all right, I got you now. I own you. You do what the hell I need you to do.
That's what I don't agree with you with, right? Don't everybody agree with what's going on? Don't people that go do that, they want that, right?
That's only one portion of it.
Yeah, they wanted
the casting couch.
They agree to it.
That's still a form of. That's still a form of.
They agree to being. They agree to being solicited.
Yeah, but for the family, listen, brother, you're saying the same thing we're saying. So I don't know when you came in, how long you've been watching, brother. We went over that. That's one of the first things I said, and we said that even when
my bad, brother, man.
Well, no, it's cool. Just make sure you let you know we're on the same side. We're not. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you came
for
in.
Sure. I'll be hearing these old heads talking about. I'll be trying to look like, what's the solution though?
Well, brother, it's no solution. That's what I say. So it's no solution because this is going to forever continue. So as long as there's like a Hollywood and any type of high power situation, this is the leverage they use at those levels to have control over people. Because if
As long
you're
as there's
able-
money, it's going to continue.
Yeah.
Period.
yeah, if you exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
And
you
that
got
means
millions-
money and power is going to continue.
Would it be a Hollywood without Negroes?
say again.
Would it be a Hollywood without Negroes?
It was before.
I mean,
Yeah, it's been pretty much
started
that for the
without
last-
Negroes.
Yeah.
the majority of it is the majority of
Yeah.
Hollywood is doesn't.
So as
include
long
black
as it's Negroes involved, yeah, it's gonna continue.
Well, no, it was doing the casting couch shit was going on way before the Negroes were involved, brother.
Nah, niggas, we started this. What you talking about?
No.
Yeah, no, now you wilding. No, sir.
Y'all thinking yourselves that weak? You sitting here smoking cigars and you think you that weak?
Well, it's not weak, brother. The problem, the point and problem of what we can prove, I can disprove your point. You're on some pro black shit, just talking shit at this point.
I'm not
When I
even
have-
that. I'm talking about some pro weak
Hotep
shit.
No, it's
No,
not.
we
No,
just
no,
pro
no.
weak.
It's not weak. It's not weak because you're wrong. Because
These
we
people
won't
had to put
acknowledge-
on. Let me give you an
because we
example of what I
won't
mean,
acknowledge
brother man.
Your fantasy,
ahead.
brother. Because we want to acknowledge your fantasy and the way you're trying to make things out, and we want to acknowledge that don't make us weak, brother. That makes you
Oh
delusional.
no! Don't say weak because you're not them, right? You're not these other niggas. What I'm trying to say is this: these white people had to put on black skin back in the day, black mask, menstrual strobes to act black. A nigga told them to do that. These same old niggas here did that, and they was
Yeah,
smoking
but-
cigars back then too.
So you banging on the old? These niggas not that old, brother. They
Man, I'm telling you, they messed up the game. This them niggas that did it. They just want to talk about shit they did.
They not old enough for that, brother. These aren't boomers, brother.
They daddies did it.
What that mean? Your granddaddy did it, nigga.
Maybe, but I'm trying to tell you what I know. It's a nigga behind the it's a nigga behind the veil.
Let's get the other brother in, man, and then we'll let you bang on the old niggas some more a little bit later, brother.
Hey,
what's
I
up,
want to
brother?
smack their ass down to the ground.
God damn.
What's up with you, Jamel? Go ahead.
What's up, man? Hey, you know what? The problem I have with niggas is like you have RICO charges and only one man gets arrested. Like I thought the RICO charge was for organized crime.
Well, the thing is, if this is something of which, a CCE type situation, if it's a conspiracy, right? So if this was something set up of any sort of more than 2 or 3 people involved.
It has to be.
Yeah. So
You
it
can't
would
have
fall in RICO.
you can't have a man of his visibility that's
but
rich.
he's the equivalent of, say, the mob boss, pretty much.
Okay,
Or
so
if not the mob boss,
okay,
the
so
underboss.
So what you just said, a boss of employees. So therefore, the boss is not the only one committing crimes.
But he's the kingfish, though. Like when they
And
went
he
out
has other
Gotti,
people.
Gotti,
and
they
he
care
has-
more about getting Gotti than they care about the
This is what I'm saying.
soldier.
How do you have a solo arrest and
No,
not
no.
multiple arrests?
The bell.
He don't understand what a kingpin is, dude.
Exactly.
No,
I know exactly what a
Let me
kingpin
have it
is.
real quick. Hold on, let me have it real quick. So DeBell, they said it was more arrests to be to happen,
Yeah.
brother. Just like they
Yeah,
did with
a RICO
Right,
case
right,
can
right.
go on for
Yeah.
years.
Now, what's the delay in the R. Kelly arrest?
What do you mean?
He got RICO charged.
His
Everybody
host said that they voluntarily
everybody
did it.
turns state's
What did you
evidence.
talk about?
Too many people talking
So,
at one time.
So the bell, so the bell. I see what you're saying now. So the bell, and that's probably what's going to happen in the Diddy case. So like you said, when in the RICO they grab everybody else, but this ain't like no street nigga shit, bro. This is a rich nigga and all workers / victims. So all
That-
them motherfuckers gonna flip. They gonna turn.
That's the
provide
point.
See, this is what I'm saying. When you have like Surviving R. Kelly, and then you have all these niggas that was ex-security coming on YouTube expressing themselves to Vlad and telling, you know what I'm saying, telling everything, all these things in detail, and they witnessed all this go on with underage girls. You know what I'm saying? They're just as guilty as the predator.
Hey, what's the word? Comparable?
And-
Comparable?
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, they telling R. Kelly, they telling about what R. Kelly did or what Puffy did, but they're not telling about what they did, because most of these dudes take advantage of their perks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through me to get to his room.
That's what I'm saying about these L niggas. They comparable too.
Yeah, but if nobody's saying that security or whatever did the actual,
Everybody know what's going on. What
Because
you
the
talking
finger
about?
is pointed on to R. Kelly and Puffy. Nobody's
but the
taking
general
accountability for
principle,
their
I
side.
get what you
For you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, if everybody was goody two shoes around Puffy and R. Kelly, because these people don't walk alone. They have security.
But it's the
So
fact
there's
they're the
always
symbols
going to
of
be
it.
someone that's
They
going
want
to
the big
be a
fish.
witness to their
They don't
actions.
care about oh boy, there was the bodyguard. They want Puffy. He the big
so
fish.
hold on. The point of a RICO case is to shut down an organization. You get as many
So
people.
why they ain't lock up Obama and all them other motherfuckers that was with Epstein?
Brother, you gotta cut them off. Go ahead, Diesel.
The point of a RICO case is to shut down an organization. You get as many people to corroborate a story to shut down whoever is running the organization. The people that are not willing to cooperate will go down with the RICO case. But if they're a bunch of
Pull
RICO
out your
cases,
badge. Pull out
you
your
get
badge.
you get a lot of people. You get a lot of people to cooperate to get out of those charges to shut down that organization. That's the reason for the RICO case.
Yeah,
They might have you might have a bunch of people that are suspects in the RICO case, but they flip to shut down that organization and they don't get charged.
Yeah, and that's what
Okay,
happened
now-
with the that's what happened with mainly. Like I see what you're saying, DeBell, but that's what you're talking about. That's what happened. More likely
Now, when the feds come in, they do their homework because the feds are more thorough than states. You know what I'm saying? Because they have about a 90. God damn.
The feds ain't figure out who did Trump in. What you talking about? The feds is weak.
Hold on, man. The feds
not
got
true.
about a 95 to 98% winning
Because
percentage.
niggas don't take it to trial. Yeah,
Do you but do you understand?
So what I'm saying is when you talk about prostitution or sex trafficking or whatever the case may be, you got to have customers. So how come nobody else is being arrested? I mean, if you are engaging in illegal activity, especially as far as
why you think they ain't shut down Chinatown yet? All that prostitution, all them triads, all that prostitution.
I haven't asked.
All them blacked out massage parlors. Why you think they ain't do it yet? You think they done?
I don't know. I
That's
haven't
right.
haven't asked.
You probably a customer. That's all good.
But you got to remember though, the whole thing about immunity. So they don't want the small fish. Don't even want you don't want the mid-level fish. They want the big fish. So they'll give the small fish the immunity, like you're saying. They might have been culpable involved, but the small, they want the big dogs. That's why a lot of times, like you say, talking about the mafia, they didn't want certain folks dealing in certain illegal activities like dealing drugs.
I'm not trying to show y'all, man. I just don't want y'all to argue with white people bullshit.
What is this common criminality type stuff? White, black, Hispanic really don't matter. The fact that now all of what's occurred to Diddy,
I mean, the panel etiquette is terrible, man. I mean, niggas be talking at the same time.
Has some damn logic to instead of talking over people. Long-winded is a reason.
We gotta tighten this shit up. Let me read super chats real quick. Shout out to my man T.O. for the membership message, brother. Remember for my 5 months. Appreciate it. Shout out to T.O. again. Appreciate you, brother. For the put some names on it now. I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out to T.O. again for the 5. We ain't have YouTubes in the 90s, and some of us were being born in other countries at the time in the 90s. So let us know the names now. T.O., what are you asking, brother? Just you ain't got to pay me, but just you know what I mean. Let me know what you're talking about, because what names? I think we named them.
You just not us, man.
Yeah, let Royce continue. He sounded like he was headed somewhere interesting. Yeah, the new brother, man. We gotta get him. You know what I'm saying? Get him. You know what I'm saying on track.
My bad, G. What's the? I bring the money, G. Believe that.
Shout out to Two Cooks for school for the 10. I don't know what that.
I bring money, G, no matter where I go. I'm asking, like, what we trying to get to? Like, what's the goal?
Brother, we just having a conversation about pretty much a topic that everybody from the major media to YouTube to Twitter to all the social media is talking about, brother, and giving our perspective and what we're seeing and how we're looking at this and how it works into just something to talk about, as long as, like you said, the repercussions of what it could be possibly for the regular everyday person if certain things aren't changed or certain things happen or certain things are taken to extremes. That's what we're talking about, brother. That's what we're getting to.
Gotcha. Can I get my final answer? I'm be done with it. If we continue just to talk about things in the world and everything else, we're gonna lose on ourselves. And that's it.
All right, brother. Greatly appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. All right, Diesel.
So there was a statement made that, you know, the feds do thorough investigations, which they do, but majority, 99% of the RICO cases are started on a state level. The only reason they become RICO cases because federally, you have to have a federal agent to do the charges. So in most cases, these investigations are started by a task force officer or something like that starts the investigation, and they do the investigation. The only person that brings forward the charges is a federal agent because that's the only one that can bring forward the charges. So these cases are started locally on the state level, and they're brought federally because they go across state lines or they go outside of that jurisdictional territory for that state officer or local officer or something like that. So we have to understand that even if we could have a RICO case on a state level, it wouldn't go nearly as far as a federal level because the federal government encompasses all of the United States. State only encompasses that state or that local agency's jurisdiction.
And we're seeing that now with the whole Young Thug case. You know, that's a Georgia case.
Prime example.
Like you say, this one right here, and that case is in shambles. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. But like Diesel said, and Diesel's the subject matter expert on this. You guys not know he's law enforcement. So like I said, thank you for dispelling some of those misconceptions, brother. But like you said, yeah, this case is between, like I said, they hit Miami, they hit LA, and the case is being picked up by New York. So like you said, and then a couple of things, not only the trafficking over state lines, but also Diesel, correct me if I'm wrong, as soon as you get a fucking scratch serial number, that's a federal case, correct? On a firearm.
Well, yes, in most cases, yes, the ATF will take it, but they have state local laws on disfiguring serial numbers on firearms.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. When it comes down to it, the state and feds come to a table and they say, how can this person get more time? Will they get more time federally or state? A lot of the times they get more time state because they have prior charges that they can tack on to add more time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it just depends on how they want to go about doing it to get more time for that person that did the crime.
And then to add to what Diesel TV was saying, it's location. The more locations involved, the more likely it is that the feds are going to get involved, because you got to remember a lot of what's being accused of Diddy is things that happened across state lines.
Yep.
And so when that happens, then that's when you once you get that interstate traffic, that's where you get feds involved.
Otherwise, you got two states fighting over the case and who want to have it, and so on and so forth. So that's
why two states can't fight over a case. Two states can only determine what charges they are under their jurisdiction. That's why they do it federally, because regardless of how many charges, they can put it under one, because the feds have jurisdiction over the whole United States.
Got you. Okay. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, fantastic. Earlier, the conversation was about flying a female out, right?
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, when it comes to that type of thing, if she don't get the results she get, or she desired, or whatever the case may be, it's her word against yours. Now, since you flew her out, now you already have the paper trail. Now, if she says it was for the purpose of sex, now you got a sex trafficking charge.
Exactly.
You
The
get
bell
hit with a new version of the man law so in so many ways.
That's not sex trafficking, bro.
Well,
I mean,
that's not right.
how they-
That
how
in
they-
itself is not
so
I
the
mean,
sex
how
principal
they
idea
trafficking.
label it:
self-trafficking
human
This
is
is
not a
trafficking,
girl.
sex trafficking, hey, transport for the purpose of sex.
Yeah, that's
I
the man
mean, you
law.
know,
Yep.
I mean, I got several partners in the penitentiary right now for
Thank you.
taking a prostitute across state lines.
Yep.
Yes.
The principal idea is technical. He's telling you it's the technical to make it sex trafficking. The principal idea is no. How can that be? No, because they're flying over different jurisdictions. Simple and plain. 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah, and it's not about what you say the purpose was. It's about what she said the purpose of her traveling.
It's not just the purpose of sex. It's the purpose to gain some kind of monetary gain as well. You got to have certain elements that you meet in a crime. Just sex is not a crime when it comes down to it. You have to have.
They went after Jack Johnson with the Mann Act. What did they use when they say what the Mann Act was? That even though the girl was his girlfriend or wife, that he was flying her overseas for reasons of what? Yeah.
Of sex, but it wasn't
just. But that was his girlfriend. She was probably going out to go on a shopping spree. They used that as a reason to get him, but they had the technicality to use it. That's my point. So if you fire somebody out, like he's saying, and they use that allegation against you, you're screwed. Simple and plain. You can say your principal idea. Oh, I didn't mean no. It's the look. Perception's reality. That's all it's got to be. That's what they got to do in the court of law. Give the perception.
In this case and in the Mann Act, regarding Jack Johnson, the young women involved have to be known. One or two things have got to happen. One, it has to be.
Got to go way back to Jack Johnson. We can talk about me and
it's
a whole bunch of my
it's still active. They still use that to this day. That's my point.
Well, there has to be a couple of things.
Sounds smart. Don't know the damn details.
It could be number one. Either it could be against the woman says it's against her will. Number one, if she doesn't say that, but either if she makes the proclamation, I am a sex worker, or she is known to authorities to be a sex worker, then it becomes trafficking. If it's just sex, no, you don't run the risk of getting a trafficking charge if it's just sex. That's just the date. But if there's money, or if this person is known to work in the sex trade, or it is an action that was taken against this person's will, that allegation exists, then it becomes sex trafficking.
You don't have to be known in the sex trafficking world to get somebody on a pimp charge.
But I said if the person says, okay, this was done against my will, or this was done for the purposes of he was going to give me some money and we were going to have sex, that's where it becomes sex trafficking, not simply for sex.
That's even to the point where
all it takes is that person saying this is what happened.
It's her word against yours.
Yes, but you're in a whole can of worms to try to prove your innocence. Who wants to be in that?
Jonathan Majors.
So let me hop in real quick. So let me say this, and again, I gotta concede to Diesel man again because I'm pretty sure he's seen this stuff and dealing with it or whatever. He's telling you guys it's just not as easy as we think it is. I think I would much rather put that out here so brothers wouldn't be worried, because I think that's one of the things we definitely want to get cleared up here, right? As to where, like, bro, now I fly, check out, and now, like you said, the Bell shit, you know, she wanted a fucking Birkin bag or some shit, and I'm like, hold on, bitch, all we talked about was dick. Now, you know what I'm saying, after the fact, she wanted a motherfucking fly back, and then, you know what I'm saying, so I don't think a prosecutor is gonna try to even pick that case up, bro, for a regular schmegular person. That's what really, even if she tried it, you know what I'm saying, it would need to be some type of evidence of, like you saying, you flew her there and then had her sell the pussy for you, not you getting the pussy. You feel me?
Right. So that sale doesn't have to necessarily be cash. That sale could, like Fantastic mentioned, a Birkin bag.
Or monetary gain.
Hey man, listen, man. There's been cases where a prostitute gets with a dude. She goes on a date. She gets caught. She gets interrogated. Then she tells on the dude. then he gets charged for every date she's ever done.
Yeah.
And that's how you get multiple charges on the dude. That's why you see some niggas, I mean, especially like the last 10 years, get 100 years for promoting prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
That's for a pimp. You're not
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
a chick
Right.
or a
Right.
John.
Well,
That's
Puffy's
for a
not a
pimp.
pimp. Puffy's
Right.
not a pimp, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
getting
but-
charged as a pimp.
Hold on.
Bell,
R. Kelly's not a pimp, but he's getting charged as a pimp.
but the Bell, so
As-
the Bell.
the majority of the niggas that's in the
hold on.
penitentiary right now ain't registered pimps.
Do
If
you
they was-
understand?
If they was
do
at
you
a round
understand-
table
do you
full of
understand-
real pimps, them niggas wouldn't even register. These
Hold
is,
on, but do you understand?
Like gang bangers, rappers, and drug dealers want to get in the pimp game. So even though they're not considered pimps amongst pimps, they still get charged as a pimp with these white folks.
If a man flies a female out,
It don't
and
matter
has
if
his-
you're
Hold
if you're
on.
just trying out
No,
today,
hold on.
you still gonna get charged.
No, bro. If
I
a
don't
man
care
is
how
fly-
you feel. I'm talking about how it really is.
I'm telling you how it really is.
Do you think you know more than a police officer there, DeBell?
Hold on, let me tell you. Hold on. If a man flies a female out and has his boys run a train on her and he pays her for
He's
it,
fucked.
he's pimping.
He's fucked.
What are we doing? That's exactly what
Yeah.
we're doing. That's
But it-
exactly
but-
what
but
R.
it-
Kelly
it-
and Buddy
but-
Pimpin' P. was
But
doing.
just because a nigga, I mean, you know, a female will pay a monkey with no pockets. Just because a nigga got a girlfriend paying him, don't mean he a pimp amongst pimps.
Please don't listen.
the
So,
Bell.
so,
Don't
so,
try to
so,
move
so,
the
But I
so,
don't
no,
want to
no.
get in.
You know,
I don't even
no,
want to
no,
get
no,
into
no,
that kind of
goalposts now.
conversation with some
No,
squares.
no, no, no,
though.
no.
I mean,
We live in a society of
you'll never get it. You'll never
Bell,
understand.
Hold on, DeBell, you got to realize, DeBell, you saying one main thing, brother, and the pivotal word is prostitute. If
Yeah.
a woman is already a known or classified prostitute, bro, and you fly her across state lines doing shit, yes, I agree. You're 1,000% correct. Yeah, brother. If she makes that, especially like say you flew her there and you had no dealings, but she's a prostitute, and then she goes and does some work. You know what I'm saying? She go rogue or she do some independent shit. She get caught up and she say, "Hey, this nigga brought me out here to sell pussy." You right. I agree 1,000%. She can lie on the nigga and get him, but at the same time, he dealing with a prostitute. So that's why we saying you tricking niggas. Be careful. All right.
Right.
No, yeah, I'm just talking about how a man can get this charge. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because
you're right, brother. Now, like I said, that's why we're trying to cover all the bases. So what we're saying is, listen, man, listen. If you're gonna listen, that's why, hey, man, you fly to the hoe. If she a hoe, all right, you go to the hoe. Don't bring the hoe to you, bro. All right, nigga. Because now
be in that city or something. Like, what you doing?
yeah, exactly, nigga. Like that.
You gotta fly somebody out all the way across from another, please.
Hey, man, link in bio, nigga. Hey, you know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But hey, Ron Mack in the building, brother. Greatly appreciate your patience, man. What's up with you, brother? Go right ahead.
I ain't nothing to say. I was just saying that.
Oh shit, cool. It's all right. Well, hey man, so let me get my man Gary in here, man. The senior citizen of the bunch, man. Greatly appreciate
Gary.
Hey, one day one in the building. Who said it? Can they read it? Gary Grant said it. Can read it?
No,
Keep
you
up the
guys.
good work, fella. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for sure. And let me get my man Dane C in the building. Dane C, appreciate you, brother, for the five. He gave us a definition. Appreciate you, brother. Sex trafficking, the action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation. I'm pretty sure exploitation involves some type of, like I said, monetary gain or some type of, profit. Gary Grant, brother, it's on you. Go right ahead.
How's the brothers tonight? Hopefully everybody's all good.
Yes,
I
sir.
find this stuff like crazy that I know a lot of you brothers are young, but like in the 90s, Puffy didn't force any of these women to do any of this. You guys got to understand that women used to line up to get up in this. You know what I mean? You'd have to beat them off with a stick. It's funny to me that 30 years later, what we did as a regular thing, we just called it partying. I'm not talking with men and stuff, like Puffy weird stuff. We didn't do none of that stuff. But like now they can say that you had sexually assaulted them when they were without any evidence. So I find this stuff all crazy now. Everything he's in there. I know they got some films and stuff on him, but trust me, brothers, he didn't have to force none of these women. 90% or 95%. It was just lined up for back in the day.
I get what you're saying too, Gary. If you don't mind me speaking, man, I get what you're saying. But you got to think sometimes these men be in power, and it might be a chick that they might not want. I mean that they might not want them. You feel me? And they might feel some type of way, like I can get any woman I want. What you mean you don't want me? You know what I mean?
Okay, you see,
Situations like
that's
that,
just
bro.
the new thinking, young fella. Because what I'm
That's how
trying to
that's
say,
how them dudes think, because
like,
they power struck.
no, bro, because you see, back then when you got that kind of power, you don't have to look anybody. They're lined up. Don't you understand? Like, you see, when the new Jordans came out, how it's lined up after the party.
So Gary, you like Gary basically talking about groupies, right? So I feel you, Gary, right? And I agree. And listen, we're all saying the same thing. Listen, you know, you got to be careful, because if you say certain shit, they'll say that you're victim blaming or you're supporting that type of thing. So, like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just trying to make sure I carefully pick my words.
So
Cassie, by the letter of the law in the situation, she's a victim. Okay, she's a victim, right? Even though she participated, even though she was dealing with other women and possibly brought other women in doing other sex acts and things, because she was you know, found to be a victim in a civil suit where she won a case, she was in, and it was founded that it was truthful. She is now a corroborator, you know what I'm saying, not a perpetrator. You feel me?
I
So,
understand.
go ahead.
I totally understand, brothers. But what I'm saying, it's a joke now, because he didn't force Cassie.
but it's
Cassie
not
was it, like, and I truly understand that, like, that participants now are victims because it's 30 years later now. They ain't in their 20s or their teens. They're 40 and 50, and they're over the hill. Understand?
So
And
Gary,
yes, sir.
Wait.
the problem
You
is,
said
Gary,
he didn't force Cassie, bro. He got video footage where he forced Cassie not to get on the elevator.
I was just about to bring that up. So the problem, Gary, is what you're saying is it's all good until there's footage showing something.
Yes, thank you.
There is
Right.
all good.
Corroborating
There is
evidence.
footage that corroborates her story,
Yeah.
and that's what changes the whole game.
Yes.
Okay,
Blackmail is still
I
illegal.
understand that the old video of him chasing her down to the elevator and grabbing the. We all noticed that the first thing he did was grab that bag, right? Because there was
But
after he grabbed the bag and started kicking her because she stole the money.
But the problem, Gary, is that you're going to put in the jury's mind, how many other people did he do like that?
Exactly.
That's the
Exactly.
problem.
Okay,
Exactly. It's
let me
what
put the
jury
scenario
did.
on my brothers here now. Some girl grabs 200 grand out of your house and runs to the elevator. What are you gonna do?
Perception is reality.
You understand? Any man here, somebody grab your 200 grand.
First of all, let's stay in reality. First of all, because we don't know what was in the bag. First of all,
Yeah, it wasn't no
right?
money like that.
It could have been makeup,
Right.
and perfume. Or
We
something.
know what we were told, but we don't have. We weren't there.
Hey,
We
we
don't
doing
have.
that over a cell phone. Let your girl grab a cell phone when you're in the shower. What you gonna do?
It could be a phone.
Yeah, I mean,
It
come
could have
on
been
now.
Yeah, come on, Diesel, give them the real. Come on, brothers. A woman take 200 grand from me. Trust me.
Gary,
What he did to her was nothing.
200 grand from brother. Where you getting this 200 grand from, bro?
Right. That's
her.
imaginary. That's imaginary thinking.
Yeah.
We don't know what was in the bag.
And then let's say it was true, right? What the fuck is 200 grand to a
multi-millionaire?
Yeah, that could get it back in literally like a day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, brothers. It's called the principle of it.
Yeah,
you're not going to steal from me.
Gary, the problem with it, Gary, is that she had already had
millions of dollars herself. She was rich at that time. Cassie was rich.
Outside of the money part, it was the abusive aspect of it, as to where she claimed that he forced her to have sex with male prostitutes. Okay,
right.
So that right there, no matter what the hell goes on, and now you couple that with Gary. Now, had he just took the bag, cool, fine. He snatched the bag. She was stealing something. I'm trying to get my property back. But Gary, there's a how long was the video, y'all? At least like 5-minute video of him stomping this girl, dragging her through the fucking hotel, abusing her some more, then throwing a fucking object at her, you know,
basically naked.
And and then bribing someone
Bribing.
to not. Yeah, so Gary, that's what he's
Yeah.
saying,
It's
man.
the,
I'm-
these little
I'm-
$50,000.
What
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, brothers, that like is typical from back in the day. You think Puffy's the only one? Trust me. You could
Gary,
probably
Get it, but that's just
James,
what
He's
it
the one with the footage.
God.
Gary, it's just like Gary. It's just
We're not
like
living in
Gary.
Disney. We know the reality of the situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
let-
even more importantly, and I'm gonna get the other brothers in here. Gary, it's just like you getting pulled over when in both of y'all doing 100. You just a nigga that got caught, bro. We know this, Gary. That's the whole point of what I'm talking about with this shit. This is the standard for Hollywood, Gary. There's hundreds of Diddy's out here. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
hear
the
you,
fact of the
brothers.
matter that for whatever reason they motherfucking dues are paid up to where they don't have to go through this shit and get taken down, or it's just not their turn yet. So that's what we're covering, you know what I'm saying, here from the, you know, the practical and the conspiratorial, brother. You feel
I
me?
get the brothers. I understand what y'all say.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, let me get this in here.
Go ahead.
Y'all see that? Ah, shit.
Oh, hold on.
But the Diddy thing, I'm gonna tell y'all.
When you
I
get
think
your
we
money,
all
bitch,
know
bring me the money.
Who the hell is this?
That's
Diddy.
Calvin T, man.
Oh, I don't know this. Okay.
Yeah, but yo, hey, I think we all know the truth about this whole Diddy situation. Fantastic, right? We just know Diddy was a shrewd businessman, bro, and he got what he wanted. Everybody was bitches around him. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, including the niggas. That's what I say. And that's
Including
why
the security.
Definitely the niggas.
listen,
You
bro.
gotta. I'm gonna be real. I know one of the cats that was on security, right? That's doing a lot of the talking and shit like that. Bonds. I know Bonds. I can pull up pictures of me and Bonds. I know him. They niggas used to talk so good about Puff, bro, back then, bro.
Yeah, it's all good until it ain't
Now
good.
the niggas broke. And he gone. Now they talking bad, bro.
That's
And
it.
it's
All
like
of this is
they
a
was
money
scared.
grab.
They were scared to say something. If they felt that way, they were scared to say something at that time. Why? Why was you scared? Because you knew you was gonna lose a job, you was gonna get fired.
Yeah. But like you
Get
said, now, bro, like,
blackballed.
they would put that in the
Messing with Diddy, probably get shot and poisoned.
Yeah. In the indictment, man. But let me get my man Pablo Frescobar here. Pablo, appreciate you, brother, for your patience. It's on you, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? Fantastic.
Pablo.
You got it.
So check this out, Gary. Let somebody of Gary's generation talk to Gary, or the old nigga contingent. Okay, 55, right here in the building. The 90s. Yes, it was my time. Gary, I understand what you're saying, Gary, but it's a different time. And let me tell you why. When it comes to this sex trafficking thing, the consent in the way that you're talking about it doesn't really apply when it comes to sex trafficking, not the type of consent that you're thinking about. So check this out. Let's pretend it's not Diddy. Let's pretend it's the CEO of Walmart. I'm the CEO of Walmart. I go into my local Walmart store and I tell the girl on the register that's pretty, hey, come on outside with me, get in the limo. We get on Walmart's jet. We going to do a promotional down in Barbados. She gets on we put her in the car. We get on the jet.
Somebody
I
on
call
the
up.
jet right now.
Yeah, I'm at the airport. But I put her on the jet. I call up, my freak off girls and guys.
Pause, brother. Pause.
Hey,
Whoa. Pause.
And I put him. Well, Puffy was doing guys too. He was paying male sex workers too.
Yeah, say Puffy, brother. Don't say you.
Yeah, not me.
He told me something.
Puffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at the airport right now.
You misrepresenting the 90s now, man.
Nah.
I'm telling you.
So no, Puffy. Okay, so the CEO of Walmart puts his freak off people on a plane, and they all go down there. Well, when the checkout girl get there, you flip the script on and say, "Yo, look here, you want to keep your job as the checkout girl at the Walmart? Then hey, you need to play ball with us, right?"
Keep your job
In the
as a
90s?
girl.
Listen to me. Now you are engaging in sex trafficking because it's coercion.
Nah, they gonna say you want your own store, you want your own Walmart
Right.
house.
So, but what I'm saying is that person don't feel free to they free to reject you or whatever, but because the power situation, that's the way the law reads it. The law reads it like this person is so far above you in terms of their power, and you work for them, or you're one of his artists, you're signed under him. It's just like you the checkout girl at Walmart.
But see, this is the terrible thing about that situation, right? You might have an individual that might go along with this. You know, you're presented with this ultimatum, and then you go along with it, and then afterwards, then you tell instead of saying, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna find my way back, or you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna participate in none of this shit. And then tell. See, you got so-called victims that will go along with this for years and then end up telling when things go bad, or when they don't, you know, when they don't get their way. Because there's no reason for Cassie, because Cassie was an entertainer and a celebrity too. How long was she with Puffy?
Years.
So she witnessed a lot of things, right? So regardless of what,
that was a civil lawsuit,
and that's my problem with this whole thing. You see, if it's criminal, it's all good. But this civil stuff, you don't even have to have evidence.
What Gary was saying, like before, back in the day, groupies lined up for celebrities, and celebrities didn't really have to do much. You didn't hear of a whole lot of tricking going on or whatever, because your name carried weight and people wanted to fuck with you because of who you were. Now the stars are sexual deviants. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hear about all this freakish type activity back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's the difference.
Can I say something real quick?
NWA.
Why are we?
No. Who in NWA was fucking with men?
But I'm saying,
yo, why are we overcomplicating?
You want to know? But I'm saying in general, not just saying about the screwing with guys, women in general.
There's a thing called the.
Well, we talking about the sexual deviant. Talking about a lot of this rainbow culture and mixed in with.
It doesn't have anything to do with that shit. There's a thing called the Commerce Clause. Once you go like interstate commerce clause, you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy, what's different between Diddy and Hugh Hefner is Hugh Hefner had a Playboy mansion. Every fucking thing happened in the fucking Playboy mansion in Los Angeles. He had a place in Miami, he had a place in New York, and he had a place in LA. So that's why. The Commerce Clause.
Don't rock stars go on tour? Don't they have women in everywhere they go?
But they're not flying them out to their location. They're already there at the spot.
Bro,
if they're in Vegas one night, and the next night they're in LA, and the next night they're in San Diego.
But you're not. But you're not bringing prostitutes from LA to New York to Miami. That's the difference. It violates the Commerce Clause. Just like fucking Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? Big Meech was selling drugs in Atlanta. He was selling drugs in Detroit. All that shit.
Once you got on anything that was interstate.
With the Commerce Clause, the federal government can step in, and they have pretty much full autonomy. They have all those resources. You can use federal resources to prosecute motherfuckers. Like if it was a state, like say if he was just in New York, they have enough probably resources to beat that case in New York. But he does not have enough resources to beat that shit federal. That's the fucking difference. Like if he was just in Miami doing that shit, there's no way that they can get his ass. But because he had in 3 different fucking places, where did the federal raids happen?
That's not true, sir. Sorry.
What do you mean?
It's not true.
So he didn't. So it wasn't the Commerce Clause.
You can still go federal without going state to state. It depends on how much you're selling. It's all about. It has nothing to do with.
What do you mean? So how do you violate how do you violate the Commerce Clause if you're not going?
You don't violate
overstate
commerce
things?
laws. You violate narcotic trafficking law.
Right.
Narcotic.
Yeah.
Criminal activity from one state to another, isn't that violating the Commerce Clause?
No, not necessarily.
Criminal activity going from one state to another is not violating the Commerce Clause.
He just told you no.
As I said before,
that's
no, it is
crazy.
not. No.
So what's the Commerce Clause?
Commerce laws is committing a crime, committing that crime from one state to another. If you go in New York and you sell drugs, and you go to Detroit and sell drugs, you're not crossing the line, breaking the law. That's part of the commerce law. Is you just like kidnapping. If you kidnap a child and take them across state lines, you're committing that crime while crossing state lines.
It becomes federal. And when it becomes federal, guess what? They have full autonomy to come after your ass. If you keep it within interstate commerce.
Well, to add to what
that's not true, bro.
To add to what Diesel was saying, selling drugs in two different places is not necessarily a violation of the commerce laws. You have to have that. You can also violate commerce laws by making money and not paying taxes, making a certain amount of money, and not paying taxes or laundering that money. That becomes a violation of the commerce laws as well.
Yeah,
because remember what the word commerce.
If you're living in one state and making money on it in another state and not paying state taxes in that, you know, the federal government can step in.
Law though, that's a state law.
Technically, put it simply like this: if
you activate whenever you go from one state to another state, you activate that fucking clause.
When you
I don't think you understand how that law works completely. The only time you can you're violating a commerce law when it comes to narcotics if you're transporting narcotics from one state to another state. Just the sale of narcotics in one state and then going to another state to sell narcotics is not violating a commerce law.
Okay, so when Diddy has prostitutes in New York and he brings them down to Florida,
did he cross state lines committing that crime? That's the point that I'm trying to get you to understand.
Right.
But what I'm just saying,
but same example, if Diddy had a pair of prostitutes in one state and he had a different pair of prostitutes in another state, he's not committing that crime by crossing the state lines.
But the reason why he got hit with the RICO charge is because he's understanding that's the conspiracy. He knows of the business. He knows of the operation. He knows of it. He's the dog, the big dog of it. Like they went after the guy in Castellano. They don't have to commit the murder, but they know about the murder.
Hey, y'all want to hear something that's funny? What if Young Thug snitched on Diddy?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Diddy parties?
It's possible. Somebody snitched on him.
Atlanta,
more than one person.
Weird stuff happens in Atlanta, so you know.
You know, Thug was there, bro. You know he was, bro.
Hey, you know,
Miami, LA, and New York are the states that we know of. There might be other fucking states that Diddy is doing this shit.
Right, but he just got arrested, so I mean, you know, his attorney gonna have to file for a motion of discovery to see what all evidence they got against him.
Right.
And I'd be surprised if Justin Bieber's name don't come up as a victim.
Oh yeah, him and several other people. Him, Meek Mills, Usher.
Yo, what if all of those dudes come out and say, "Yo, Diddy did this to me"?
They probably will. I wouldn't be surprised.
Craziest time in the world, dog.
This is gonna get ugly and it's gonna last for years. It's gonna last for years because of the court process, and then it's going to last years because, like I was saying before I got cut off, they're trying to keep Diddy quiet about something because Diddy knows he's going to jail. The feds got it. The feds have a 94% conviction rate. Diddy is going to talk because he's going to want to get some of that time up off of him. He's going to want to get some of those charges up off of him. So he is going to tell something. Somebody is trying to keep him from telling on them. Make no mistake, because Diddy, they call him the Black Epstein for a reason. And you see how that Epstein list hasn't come out yet? They're trying to keep Diddy quiet because Diddy has had dealings with powerful players, has probably blackmailed them and extorted them, and they want to keep him quiet. So that's what. Don't be surprised if Diddy come up deleted at this point.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't think it's gonna get to that point, bro. Like I said, the same thing with R. Kelly or whatever, so on and so forth. But you know what though? He is a lot more tied in than what R. Kelly is, and like they said, he has video of every other people. So if those people are over him, I think he got something to worry about. But if it's like underlings, he don't have to worry about, you know, them sending his ass Uncle Charles. The major thing with this shit though, he's cooked. He going to jail. All right, just off the weapons alone. All right, if they don't get him on nothing else, and let's say he can shake all the other charges, but he had 3, you know, scraped serial numbers, and the feds picked it up. So at the very, what's that run on average, Diesel? And it's like 10. That's 10 a strap, right? Usually.
It
like
depends.
8 to 10.
But generically, yes, it's around 10 to 12 each weapon.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So I would say if he's smart, he doesn't take this to trial and he just pleads out for the 10 to 15 if he can get that. Otherwise, I don't think
most likely consolidate all of them and down to one. That's most like that's usually what they do.
Yeah, they'll run that stuff.
I don't see him taking this to trial and getting anything less than 20 if he goes that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they'll run it concurrent, and they'll probably we're going to see a lot of the smaller charges get dropped. That's just procedure.
I think ultimately what's going to happen from what I've seen in the past. I think what's going to happen is they're going to try to connect those serial numbers to the whole crime organization, and that's what's going to get him his biggest time right there. I think that's the biggest problem right there, is that they're going to show that he's a menace from that video, from what people have testified to, and they're going to put those weapons into the whole picture of everything and try to tag more time on that. Yeah. If they don't get the sex trafficking,
especially under this administration, especially so.
Right.
Hey, Diesel,
What would the brothers say? Let me ask the brothers something. What would the brothers say if he don't do no time?
What's that?
It's a miracle.
Got a good lawyer. Shit.
Well, because you know what's funny to me? The timing of this. The election is coming up.
That's what I was saying earlier.
The election is coming up. Kamala is bombing. What's the biggest news? They're not talking about that interview that she just done and look like an idiot. The biggest news is we got Puffy.
Well, Puffy's a Democrat.
Yeah, but
what do? They put the face on somebody.
Now y'all too far out in the woods on the conspiracy, man. I just can't see this tying in politically, dog. I can't.
Yeah, I don't see
everything is political, brothers. It's because it's all about money. Everything. Whether you choose to believe it or not, it's all about the dollars.
Gary, we can talk.
Puffy is a celebrity that the Democrats can use.
And they're using him right now to take off the heat off of Kamala. Who's talking about the What's the biggest story?
Take the heat off of her. She's still gonna run she's still running for president.
Yeah, but nobody's paying attention. Everybody, they know.
You gotta pay attention to vote for her.
Come on. Anybody thinking to vote for her ain't paying attention.
The reason why I don't like this argument is because every time somebody big goes down, it is that they use they said the same thing with R. Kelly. And I'm not a big political, I don't like to talk politics or anything like that. But when it comes down to it, I think it all comes down to they finally got enough to be able to take him down. I think ultimately that's what it comes down to, because in these kind of cases, when it comes to sex trafficking, you need a lot of evidence. You have to have a lot of evidence.
So, Diesel, I was going to ask you a question. I mean, I'll wait till you get done, but
go ahead. I'm done.
Ask you, were you familiar with the T.I. cases
Yeah.
Okay, so when you talked about the numbers per gun, and then he had drug cases, multiple, you know what I'm saying? He had a sex allegation, and then he had the guns. What happened to that case? Because the feds picked that up, right?
Yeah, but it was in the South. It wasn't in New York, right?
So
regardless of it was in the United States, but
regardless, it's a wholly different atmosphere in the South than it is in New York,
so
California. So
okay, how did the feds drop the ball in the South?
I don't know exactly how they dropped the ball in the South, but I think if I'm not mistaken, T.I. had somebody that laid claim to those firearms.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, somebody took that. Somebody pretty much took that bid for him, and he copped to, I think, probation or whatever. So he pled to something lesser.
But he did probation violation.
I think this was
so
after. I think wasn't that after he did the 911 call 911.
Yeah, that was
because he did that MTV campaign about whatever, and then he was doing the Crime Stoppers.
That was part of his plea deal. The part of the plea deal was them doing the Crime Stoppers.
Right, but what I'm saying is after that, didn't he catch a gun charge after that?
No, that was
drug charges with him and Tiny.
No, that was from that.
I know what you're talking about.
Afterwards,
they had like some little couple pills or something.
Yeah, that was an allegation.
Yeah, that was a local charge.
So the girl tried to file him, tried to say that she got sex trafficked, and she was in a threesome basically. So no, that didn't go nowhere. Those charges didn't never get picked up.
I thought him and Tiny got pulled over, and it was like they had some guns and drugs.
And T.I. got off because he ratted. Let's be straight.
Hey, you know what? I have a question.
Let's be straight. I don't care who you are. You don't walk away from guns without you giving up somebody else.
Yes, you do, sir.
In the South.
Okay. I don't know about if the South is different from everywhere else in the world, but you got to give up something to get out of guns.
In the South, sometimes it's lack of money.
Listen, if you have somebody saying those are my guns, you will not get a conviction. You won't get a conviction. I'm sorry, but you won't. And that's what T.I. had. He had somebody say those were their guns.
And they probably got like 5 years or something.
I have a question for Diesel. Why didn't Hugh Hefner ever get any, not a RICO charge, but a sex trafficking charge?
He had no victims. There were no victims to come forward and say
nobody said there were.
There have been books, multiple books.
But
they're
after
doing it now.
But he did.
You got a bunch of women trying to get a piece of his estate. Talking about surviving Playboy.
Let me get here real quick. So hold on, Triple Black. The problem is, like I said, they never brought official charges against him while he was alive, and even after he's dead, I don't think nobody tried to sue his estate for anything and so on and so forth. They just collected the money from telling the story in the book. So you know what I mean? It's not the
he had a Playboy mansion. That's my whole point. He had a Playboy mansion in LA. That's it. Diddy had many places. That's why the Fed wasn't on Hugh Hefner. Like name another Playboy mansion.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, man. Hef didn't have to force nobody. People were lined up to go to the Playboy Mansion. Right. It became a national landmark almost.
Nobody turned 18 to try to get in the Playboy.
Triple Black.
Name another place. Name another place
hold on, just real quick. I gotta ask you a big question. Triple Black, did you know that Hugh Hefner was fucking them boys?
I mean that's a red herring.
That's not a red herring. No.
It's not.
It's not. No. He admitted to it, brother. He admitted to it. He admitted to fucking them boys.
We're talking about trafficking. And
what I'm saying to you is again, he was tired of the pussy. He was into the pussy. So that there wasn't nobody that could really sue him or whatever. He got old, man. He wasn't fucking them girls like that.
Man,
the girls
what
said it.
What did it have? I mean, in regards to this conversation, I respect you a lot. Fantastic. But what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Well, I asked Diesel.
We talking about Diddy. Diddy was fucking them boys too. What are you talking about, Diddy, bro?
Do you understand? That's the topic of the show.
Wait, Triple Black. Do you understand? Hold on. Do you think these were just women that they're accusing Diddy of being victims? Or you think it's just women only?
Bro, I made a point. Like, he had a Playboy mansion in LA. Name another Playboy mansion somewhere else.
Bro, it's only one
Chicago.
Playboy mansion. No one's refuting that. What we're trying to figure out, what we're saying is like that you're using that as a basis of that's the reason why. Hold on.
Yeah,
Wasn't
my
one in New York?
argument was
Wasn't one in New York or
was
Florida or
commerce.
something?
Was commerce.
No.
So this
No,
is
no,
Commerce.
no. Why, y'all keep using this commerce shit. Look, hold on, bro.
this
Listen,
not-
y'all talking about bro. It's not the UCC is something totally separate, bro. And like I said, y'all are abusing this shit. Y'all are like butchering
Right.
it. No, it's not how it works. Okay, no. Now, again, now I see what you guys are saying is part and parcel, but one just don't automatically equal the other, bro. Listen, if you have a place in one place, let's just say they got like a brothel, right? Because basically all the fucking what's name was a famous like legal brothel. That's what the fucking Playboy Mansion is. Let's use that, right? So, brother, as long as you having motherfucking consensual sex with them hoes in that motherfucking brothel, bro, or whatever, and it's no money exchanged or whatever, or what you on the so forth, hey, it is what it is. It's consensual sex. The minute you take them hoes from this and know that they selling that pussy and say, hey, I'm selling pussy. I want to order a fucking Playboy bunny bitch from the bunny ranch and fly her out to Atlanta for sex. Okay. And she's been selling pussy. Now that's when you get into the whole shit of what sex trafficking and all this other shit, bro.
This is the problem, though. This is the problem, Mr. Fantastic. The difference between Diddy and Hugh Hefner is the victim. You can't have a crime without a victim.
Thank
you got to have a victim. You can say all you want to say it was illegal, but if them mugs are saying I wasn't illegalized, it's not a victim.
But what about all those books? What about all those books of those broads? Like, come on, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby
you got a bunch of books that says somebody did something, but when they don't go to law enforcement or they don't go to court saying I was victimized, you don't have a victim.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like I said, you can write a million things in a book, bro. If you don't press charges, it's no crime involved. She's not claiming victimhood.
You have to file an official complaint. If you do not file an official complaint with law enforcement, it is not a crime.
It goes back to the whole domestic violence thing. You can have a woman that gets her butt kicked every day, but until she goes to the police and the police ain't seeing it, there's no victim.
Let me ask y'all a question.
If she don't go to court and say I was victimized, they can't charge them.
Let me ask y'all a question about that, right?
The only thing
how do y'all feel about?
I'll finish this. The only point I was trying to make is the reason that the federal government is going after Diddy is because he violated the Commerce Clause. That's it. And that's how they're gonna get his ass.
That's not one of his charges.
Look, all right. So how y'all feel about NDAs though? Because there's a lot of people that don't talk, but you think they don't talk because they signed the NDA or things of that nature? How y'all feel about that?
Could be.
You think it sounds like everybody breaking them.
Yeah.
I mean, like Stormy Daniels got paid. I mean, it's all kind of people getting paid for hush money, but they end up talking. So
the thing with the NDA,
whoever the false accuser or whoever's getting falsely accused should be able to get their money back.
Well, the thing with the NDAs are primarily a civil law vehicle to keep people from talking about non-criminal things. NDAs have no effect on criminal accusations. Things that are civil, for things that are gossip and stuff like that, that's where an NDA has its power. That being said, most
NDAs are monetary.
Right. The thing about NDAs too is they often have an expiration date. You know, especially if you don't have a sharp lawyer to say you can't never talk about this, and that's written into the NDA. NDAs lots of times have an expiration date, and so like people like Gene Deal really start talking after those NDAs expired. Him and some other people. That being said, if he's talking about something criminal, the NDA has no effect at all.
And a lot of so going into NDAs. When I said they're monetary, a lot of NDAs state you cannot talk about how much money you get out of this deal. You can talk about everything else but the money. But even the ones that says you can't talk about the details, they specifically say both parties. If one party talks about it, that makes the NDA void. So let's say the person that has the NDA, let's say P. Diddy had an NDA. If he says anything mentioning that situation, it makes that NDA void. So he might slip up and say something, and then the other party can speak on it as well, right? So that a lot of times that happens as well, and that voids out the NDA.
Yes.
Oh, everybody quiet.
Nah, yeah, it's cool.
We letting that shit set in.
Yeah. Mostly, man. Listen, Diddy is a prime example of the Hollywood fucking meat grinder, man. Listen, all these motherfuckers, most of them, man, it's not clean. Get up that high, you and made $1 billion for entertainment and liquor sales and clothing lines and all this shit, so on and so forth, bro. There's a lot of fucking shit you had to do to get there, bro. And like you said, this shit right here, I think they said that things been unsealed at this point. So the people that are gonna be, names that are gonna be named, the people that are gonna be brought in or whatever, some of these bosses, lieutenants, whatever you want to call them, the people under him. Pause. No pun intended. But yeah, man. I'm just TD Jakes, where you at, man?
But you know what kills me too, Fantastic? The
What's up?
security, man. The security talking about y'all was his security. Y'all the ones who personally protected him, bro. Y'all worse than him.
You gotta get that check.
That's what I was saying earlier, man.
Gotta get that check.
All these dudes coming out snitching like a motherfucker now.
And so what's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure the feds are, if they haven't already, will be sitting down with some of that security personnel, sliding a list of charges across to them and say, hey, look, we're going to get you with this, this, and this.
Yep.
Now, if you tell us what we need to know and you're willing to testify in a court of law, we'll take some of that time off. We'll take a few of these charges off. But until then, this is what it is. So you got a decision to make. And that's how R. Kelly got convicted. That's how we haven't seen anybody that was a part of what R. Kelly was doing being charged yet. They cut deals. It's called a proffer.
Yep.
Hey, fantastic. Can I bring something up?
Yeah, sure.
You see how the only two brothers smoking cigars are the smartest ones on the panel? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Shit. Man, you're just a principal thinker. You don't know.
Hey, Ron smoked a cigar too. Ron smart.
I'm just saying.
It's okay. You all can smoke them cigars. I'd rather smoke a spliff.
Yeah.
And that's why you're talking the way you're talking, sir. That's exactly why.
And I will keep talking that way there, Diesel, because I'm older than you. You might be wiser than me, but I'm still older than you.
Hey, if you knew what we knew about these cigars, you probably smoke cigars too.
No, I used to back in the day, but you know what I mean? I smoke weed now.
If you smart niggas knew anything about cancer, you wouldn't be fucking with them.
That's the thing. You don't know anything about cigars.
About cancer.
And on that note, brothers, it's been fun.
Good night, bro.
Until the next one, man. Holla. We out.
Take care, man.
Simple.